I believe.
I don't see any.
It's up here. It says tick, 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 tick,
There we go.
tick. And it's not showing video on my screen, but there it is. There's always a bit of a delay.
Oh, yeah.
So when when we say something, it goes live, then people are seeing it a few seconds later. So that's how.
Anyway, hey everyone.
Hello. We have 0 people watching right now. So at this point, I'm going to say thank you for those of you who are doing the playback. And
shout out to Carlo for jumping in.
Shout out to Carlo. I think it was about 12. It was after midnight, and Carlo was like in there. And he says, "Yo, it's super late, and boys, I'm off to bed. Just wanted to say, yo." So, yo, back to you, Carlo. I know that at times, we have people watching after the fact. So, like, I know sometimes Kevin, Snowboard Pro Camp, Yannick, SLB, these people. Sometimes I watch the videos back. So, thank you for being here.
I think we need to get these guys in a better time zone.
We need to get them in a better time zone. So they would say that we need to do the streams at a more reasonable time.
No, that's not the way this works.
For them. I did try to tell Adam if we were doing a stream. We probably should have done one this morning, actually. Yeah. But it's a Saturday. No, what day is it today? Sunday.
Today is Sunday.
It's Sunday afternoon here, so it's...
What is it? Sunday the 20th?
Late Sunday on Saturday. So anyone who is actually watching this probably would be maybe going out and partying, which is good for you. But...
party safe, guys.
Party safe. And if you're partying and you want to see what we're up to, then awesome. Although you're probably watching this back and it's like you're in the middle of a hangover. And if so, I hope that our dulcet tones soothe your soul.
I do not have a conducive voice for hangovers.
Welcome to the Chuck Podcast, and a very special welcome indeed to my friend, my buddy, my compadre, my music audio engineer, music producer, and fellow podcast host,
slash new one boarder,
slash new one wheel rider, Adam Bad Riders.
Hello.
It is good to have you here on the Chuckcast. So YouTube is telling me that one person is watching. I think it's me that's actually watching the stream back.
I might actually have it playing on the background of my phone as well.
That's probably what's going on. And this is normally the time where I would say, let us know that we're live. And we've been streaming for about 3.5 minutes now. So if we're live, someone will probably tell us eventually. But for now,
where's Luke Hayes?
That's a good question.
That is a good question. Where is Luke Hayes? Because he is in our time zone.
And where is Swanee Bruce?
Well, Swanee Bruce is...
Well, I know he's in the other room. He's watching a movie.
He's doing something in his room.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, here we go.
So I've got some people that are actually... It's funny. They're messaging me on YouTube. Not YouTube, on Messenger. Maybe I could bring that up too. Apparently someone's they're saying they're typing in the chat, but we can't see it, and it's mine. Maybe I need to refresh the chat. It's not coming through. Not coming through on my phone.
Do a refresh on the computer.
Yeah. Let's see. And by the way, thank you for sending that through to me, Martin. I appreciate it. So one person watching. Maybe I need to actually open it in YouTube.
You'll have to go to the ones way.
No, I can do it this way. Go here.
And then
if I can, that's the thumbnail.
Oh, on the right hand
side. This is.
If you click on that link on the right hand side.
Oh yeah, there we go. A whole technical situation is going on here, and you guys are seeing the behind the scenes technical I need to
A
turn.
whole technical situation.
Okay.
Rookie mistake, Chuck.
It is a rookie mistake. Live chat. That's interesting. We've got a yo from Bad Riders. I literally can't see the comments that Martin's claiming that he's making. So that kind of sucks.
You're live. I'm trying to chat, but you can't see it.
I'm just trying
What's
to
going on?
get Martin's chat going on here.
All right, just chat to us through Messenger, Martin.
Yeah,
We'll,
through Messenger.
We'll go through there.
What is happening? I'm trying to. Why? This drives me nuts when this happens. I really want this. I don't want that.
There we go.
And we've got the chat down here.
Anyway, if Martin's watching, how's it going?
Yeah. Yeah. So it's apparently 2 people watching. Need to get this out over here. Yeah, it's not coming up on my phone. It's not coming up on the computer. That's really really weird. Really, really weird.
You didn't have the same problem with
That there was one time that something similar happened, but it was when I was on a live stream. No one could see me because I needed to refresh the chat. But
Anyway, do you have any burning questions, Martin?
yeah,
Oh, here we go.
Oh, hang on, a Dusty Allen. I can't see. Oh, so Dusty Allen's in the chat and says that they can't see anything Martin is saying either, but she is from Las Vegas. Dusty Allen, you're in Las Vegas. What are you in Las Vegas for? Do you live in Las Vegas? Did you go? Are you at CinemaCon? Because I know CinemaCon's going down right now. There's a bunch of nerdy movies that are in place that are going on. I want to know about.
We kind of just had a chat about.
Yeah, we were talking about the future of the DCU. I'm gonna pop Martin over here. So Martin, if you're still here, then you need to yes sir, I live here. That's awesome. It's what time?
What do you do in Las Vegas, Dusty? That's a pretty interesting place to live.
It really is. The Tundra Tim says, "Yo, g'day Tundra Tim."
Hey, I saw a video of you, Tim. We have some topics to raise with you.
Oh, do we? What video was that?
The shop video.
Oh, we were reviewing. So firstly, this is the Bad Riders right here, Adam, and
I should say howdy.
Howdy, and how you going? And
how you doing?
How you doing? What it do?
Do something.
No, you didn't do anything. I still can't see Martin, so maybe Martin needs to.
Maybe Martin needs to restart his phone.
If just like if you go out of the chat and then go back in or restart your app,
we got a thumbs up.
Then maybe we'll be able to see your comments because I can see you. I've got you over here on Facebook, but I can't see you on YouTube. So Tim,
how tall are you, Tim? Measurement.
Oh, that's the question. Actually, that's a good question. All I know is that Tim is about like
he's about 2.5 chucks.
If I'm here, like Tim is like way out. He's out. He's up here. So we were watching some footage back from the trip, and it was the night that we were at Tundra Tim's house for a barbecue, and he was cooking ribs, I believe it was, and we were in the hot tub for a little bit, and then we had some shots of that Australian whiskey. So I saw Martin's he's chatting something on Facebook. He says I can't see it in here, but Dusty Allen hasn't answered the question. We don't know what he's doing there in Vegas. Does he work at the casino or a hotel or something?
I've been doing a lot of snowboarding at a local mountain 45 minutes from the house.
Oh, I've heard of Lee Canyon.
6'8".
Yeah.
Dude, why aren't you in the NBA?
Because that's what makes him a mad good painter. because he can like reach like all of like the
You know
all the
what?
architraves and stuff.
We need to get you hooked up with Dusty because he's doing personal trainer stuff.
Oh, actually, yeah. The amount of food that I've eaten this weekend while this guy's been visiting me, I'm gonna need to hit
He
the
eats,
gym
I watch.
pretty hard. Yeah, I was hitting the gym hard this week, but I've also been hitting the spoon pretty hard too.
You got the old forky spoon.
And I ate really good when I was over in the United States. So yeah, Dusty, Lee Canyon. I've heard so many things about it, and I've been to Vegas once before, and it was hotter than the surface of the sun when I was there. And I'm a pale white dude, and it was burn central. So it's crazy to me that 45 minutes from there, you've got you've got snow, but at the same time, it does sort of get real. It's a dead, so it gets really cold there at nighttime, and it's really dry. So Martin, the old man Shredder himself, Send It Syndicate, says that he's been trying to restart, but it seems to be broken. Well, I now know that other people are in the chat. So
We as someone that works in IT, Martin, would you like to send me your error message and maybe I can start
maybe we've got this covered. So if I make this sort of bigger over here, that way we can see the chat a bit better. So I've got...
So, okay, something for our Northern Hemisphere people, including you, Martin. How many days snowboarding have you had this season?
Days snowboard. That's a really good one, actually, to know.
Because I know your answer at this point is over 20.
Definitely over 20. I feel like I'm at... actually, my counter is on my phone, but I feel like I'm at 21 or 22 days. Something like that.
And to answer Tundra Tim, we are in Casa de Chuck, apparently.
We are...
Or, I call it affectionately Chuck's pad.
Holy smokes.
71 days, Martin.
From Facebook, coming in hot, Martin says so the Send It Syndicate, 71 days.
Wow.
He lives 10 minutes from the ski hill, though. Like 10 minutes. And he works there, too.
That dude's a beast.
So that's 71 days. So that's almost
Martin does not skip leg days.
Every day of the season. Yeah, his quads must be huge. I like that. But yeah, no, Tim, we're at my house. And Adam, he lives in Melbourne, which is
the Superior City.
That's a long way south of where I live. So it's almost a day and a half drive, really.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like what would it be, like 11, 12 hours to drive?
Yeah, so
about
12, 13 hours to sort of get down from your place. So basically from Boise to when you guys do your trip to Colorado.
It's kind of Boise to Silverthorne was what we did. Similar sort of drive. A lot of freeway, a few little towns along the way.
Wild didgeridoos.
Yeah, but no, Dusty, it's good to know that you do personal trainer type stuff. So next time I'm there, I might hit you up. You can give what advice would you give for someone who's had lower back injuries and wants to build up their area around there?
Chuck Fit 7.3.
Chuck Fit 7.3 and lose some belly fat. Should I be doing a lot of cardio? Is the rowing machine good for me? Treadmill? Should I reduce impact? I want to build up my snowboarding muscles too, my quads and calves and stuff. So I'm thinking about hitting the pin machines. So
a bit of acupuncture.
And a bit of Willax approves of acupuncture. He had it once, and he sent me a message. I said I sent him a message. I can't believe you had all them needles in you. And he goes, you need to get after it. That's what he said. Get in there, Chuck, is what he said.
Okay, so we got Martin coming in with my best season. Yeah,
no one
said the same, but a lot of days are like 2 hours for both of us. Yeah, but 2 hours, and especially on a small mountain, you can do a lot in 2 hours.
That's what we call an L-stacker session. So he'll L-stackers
minus the hike.
L-stacker's probably asleep right now. I'm surprised that Tim is awake.
Is Tim tuning in from the hot tub?
He probably is. I would be surprised if I'd be surprised if he's not in the hot tub right now. Dusty says, dude, never thought I would have a mountain too close to me. Think I'm close to 20 trips and started in January.
Wow.
So did you say you started snowboarding in January? Because we love snowboarding. That's kind of our thing that we're stoked. Oh yeah. Casey does have a lot of stuff on his channel for the body, for sure. 100%. So he's all about it. Strengthening the neck.
Yeah.
I love the neck.
So that is a late dinner, Tim.
That is a late dinner. Like what's the time?
And what do we got from Martin?
That's
all right. You do that.
Time.
So to answer Martin's question, he has asked how our winter was shaping up, and first day of winter is actually looking pretty good.
It's nearly 1 a.m. So where are you? I want to know where you guys are having dinner. You guys hit the Sizzler? You getting into that Sizzler bread? I'm so jealous. I want back into Sizzler. I could tell that your mom was not as impressed as what I was with the Sizzler, but I really enjoyed it that night that we went there and just hit the salad bar hard. I've never seen anyone eat so many. Actually, no, I saw Phil eat more wings, but Tim was hitting the chicken wings pretty hard.
I'm a fan of a good wing.
The wings and the drumsticks, and
especially a good marinated
from
wing.
the Sizzler buffet.
Oh, that's dangerous.
The salad bar. Yeah, it's almost 1 a.m. So Dusty says that he was on a 7-year hiatus. Learned at Big Bear. That's on our list. We really want to go to Big Bear one day. The whole mountain's a terrain park, and I'm not very good at the terrain park, but I'll hit the small jumps. No boxes or rails for me, but I like carves and turning and trees. This guy likes just not turning.
Turning's for quitters.
But no, that's cool. Transplant from San Diego. Yeah. So you moved away from the water, from the beach.
In the San Diego wildlife park they have down there.
Yeah. I've not ever been to San Diego.
It's a lovely place.
So Luke Hayes is in the chat. G'day, Luke. We were wondering before, like, where you were. Hey, boys. Hope you both had a great weekend. Adam.
I think we need to trail on to what Martin just sent us.
Yeah.
That kind of
So for those who. So Luke, our Swedish friend Martin is, for some reason, his comments aren't coming in the chat. So we're onto him on Facebook over here, but so Robert is about the same. A lot of days, 2 hours. We talked about that. Oh, how's the winter shaping up? And Adam, we need a one-wheel vid from you. Well, it's quite interesting, actually, Martin.
We're going to throw some shade at Elstacker now.
Well, we were just literally before this stream. I had to almost twist his arm backwards to get him on it, but I made Adam. It was like late last night that we tried for the first time, and just this afternoon we got Adam on a one wheel, literally just before the live stream, and he's picking it up pretty quickly, actually, up and down the street. We might have to get a clip just before we go to the airport, because right after this live stream, I've got to take Adam back to the airport, and he's going back to Melbourne. But we did have a great weekend, and we didn't get a clip of Adam on the one wheel, but yet. But I need video footage, or it doesn't exist. That's fair. I think that's fair. So there's still a little bit of light, and by the time we finish this live stream, I feel like I can at least get like a phone clip for sure.
Maybe I need to get the my GoPro Max out for the clip.
We'll get it. Oh. Yeah. I'll GoPro it as long as I get the clip. Yeah, no, for sure. I might do a clip as well. But yeah.
Well, if I hold the selfie stick with the
No, I'll follow you on the other wheel.
Okay.
I've got 2 1 wheels, so but I'll have to change the settings on the pint because
that's all right. I'll get the phone off the charge and do that.
Yeah. But because I'm not riding in beginner mode anymore. I feel like if I push my foot down, if I accelerate too much, it's gonna it's not gonna like me.
Hey, Tim, what's Yard House?
It's a good question. Yeah, they were at Yard House. I'm not familiar with that. I don't think we did Yard House while I was over there.
It sounds like a steakhouse or something. Knowing what having told what I've been told about you, Tim, I'm guessing it was a steakhouse. Because apparently you don't like fruit or vegetables.
Some vegetables he'll eat. Potatoes.
Well, I mean, he's from Idaho.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you get kicked out if you're not eating potatoes.
So I'm actually working on some additional technology for the live stream. I didn't have time to set up this time.
Look at that.
I'm trying to
world's largest selection of draft beer.
Okay, I see.
That's when he's going to be upset.
That's why you were there. Lots of beer house menu items. Late night happy hour. Is that why you guys were there? At Yard House, Tim?
Yeah, it's not found.
Oh, right.
So that URL does not compute.
But we now know. I assume so they have beer there. So how's winter shaping up? Martin wants to know. Winter, it's not yet. So
it's getting cooler. It's cold in Melbourne. I can vouch for that.
So it was so fun. Like I live more north, like up the coast, and it's a very mild climate where I live. So Adam got it was freezing cold, and he's scraping the ice off his window at the airport. Then he lands here in Newcastle, gets off the plane with his hoodie on. He's sweating because it's 80% humidity and 22 degrees Celsius. He's like, oh,
I don't need this now.
But no, there's a few storms. We're actually meant to get some snow this weekend. It'll be the kind of storm that kind of melts. It drops and melts, but they'll start building a base hopefully in the next couple of weeks.
They're starting to warm up the snowmaking, so that's a good sign.
Opening day is just over a month away. So I think we've got 4.5 or 5 weeks before the season starts.
You know what? If we look at Martin's message, we need to get him back. 1994 is a long time ago. You need a refresher on the Melbourne life, Martin.
1994. There's a lot's changed in Melbourne since 1994. So it's been almost 30 years. We need to get him back over here, and we need to go over there.
Late work night. Yard House was the only one.
Yeah, it would have been.
Does that mean Elstack is still awake?
Yeah, would he be? No, they would have. Elstacker would have driven home probably, and Elstack could tell you boys he got smoked on the. No, he did not.
No, he has not shared that information.
Oh, that's fresh. What happened?
Oh, we need to know this story.
But he wouldn't have been working today because it was the pond skim. So he would have been up at Bogus.
So he's just gone offline and gone, I can't deal with this right now.
There's no There's
no messages.
He didn't post a clip or anything. Where's the DWC feature?
There it is underneath.
So
yeah, the last one was
Carlo put a clip up on Elstacker's phone, but it wasn't. No one did anything.
Hey, Carrie's in the chat.
So
hi, Carrie.
Hey, Carrie Pierce. It's nice to see you here. We're just chilling, and everyone is in the chat except for Martin.
Well, Martin's in the chat, but not in the chat.
He's sort of in the chat. We've got him. He's sending us messages on Facebook, and we're reading them from both sources.
He came to work after Bogus, so he did go to work.
So
is the stacker awake right now?
How did he get smoked? Because he.
Where's the video?
I remember last year he said he got towed up because literally towed up because they made him go first, and they made him they hadn't tested it out properly, and he was claiming that he dropped in and it was from after he went and he didn't make it.
Yeah.
And he got everything was soaked.
Yeah.
And then after he went, everyone was going up higher and getting a longer
a better run up.
So I wonder if the same thing happened or whether he tried it and he leant back too far, or he maybe caught like an edge and just like tumbled in.
I have a feeling
That green jacket's got wet. I reckon is what's happened.
I think I'm guessing something happened. Whether or not he went into the water and he went too far forward and just went.
But this is scandalous. We need to. Hopefully, someone was filming it. Well, surely Carlo was filming it.
Carlo would have been filming for sure.
We need to know. But Martin, yeah,
Carlo didn't even let us know at the start of the chat when he dropped his message.
That's
coy. Ooh.
If Martin, if you ever come to, well, obviously we'll meet up if you ever come to Australia, but Luke Hayes is thinking Scorpion.
So am I.
Yeah. Oh,
here we go.
Elle got there late and the registration was already full. I guess registration got full 30 minutes. Then he wouldn't be able to wait it out, and they would let him go.
But they didn't let him.
Oh, so he didn't get smoked. He got smoked. Like, oh no, he never even got to do it.
He'd be so happy about that though.
I don't think he would. I think after last year he wanted recompense. I feel like he's going to be bummed for the next year over that.
Well, he just has to come to Australia and do a pond skim.
Yeah, it could be. Well, it depends if he can come and stay for a long time. But his boss probably won't be stoked on that.
We were all wrong.
Yeah, we were all wrong. Yeah, he would have been super bummed. I know him too well. So he definitely would have been like, oh man, that sucks. So, yeah. No, I'm sorry to hear that. But thanks for telling us, Tim. I think he probably wouldn't want us to know.
Actually, hella bummed about not being able to go.
Yeah, for sure. So I know he's been I reckon he's been talking about it all year. So I knew he wanted to hear.
Is there another resort he could go to?
He'd have to maybe McCall, but I don't know if they're doing a pond skim at like Brundage or Tamarack, but that's what he'd have to do. But I feel like those are sort of like hoity-toity resorts. So they might not even do it. But like Bogus, like a lot of people are going.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. That's like that's when we're ripping off Canadians. Oh yeah.
A boot.
It's fun. I was trying to explain that to Kevin on one of his the members live stream. Like
when he was making fun of the Australians with
the accent, the tuna, and we're just talking about
that is so well timed. Yeah, I can't believe that.
I reckon he's been sneakily waiting. And we've been like sitting there he was ripping us off about instead of tuna we say tuna, and all of that. And I was trying to explain to Kevin that when he says that a boot, like I don't hear a boot. I hear it like he says a boat, like as in like a floating boat on the water, like a boat. I don't want to hear about it. Like that's what I'm hearing.
Not a boot.
Yeah.
But hey Kevin, how's it going?
It's good to see you, Kev. Thanks for joining us on the stream. I know you said the other day sometimes you drop in or watch after the fact. I know it's pretty late, so maybe you're up like editing videos or something. But it's good to have you here. We're just chilling out, and you might have seen in the chat that we. Oh yeah. We have canoes. That's so funny. He should have, but yeah, we're just hearing about Elstacker, who was going up to the pond skim at Bogus Basin, like just literally like today, and he didn't get there in time to register, so he wasn't even able to take a crack at it, and that's devastating because he really wanted to from last year. Dusty was watching Kevin's videos literally just before popping onto mine. We appreciate you all for being here, by the way.
Yeah,
Just
absolutely.
hanging out.
Especially because I know that most, well, aside from two, everyone's in the northern hemisphere. So
It's really late. Like,
yeah, we really appreciate that, guys.
like we're just waiting to take Adam to the airport. Like, and he's come up to visit me. So, what was the weekend like? Describe for the people. Like, what did your visit entail?
Well, first of all, we got to say goodbye to Martin.
Oh, is Martin out?
Martin's out.
Gotta go, dude. See you later. I hope your YouTube writes itself, Martin.
Try updating the app and see if that works, Martin.
Yeah, maybe it's an app update. Situation. 2 for 222. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, Kerry. Like Kerry's saying, like, it's El Stacker Mountain. Don't they know who he is?
Yeah.
Like we were just joking yesterday about how they need to name a run after him, and it needs to be called the El Stacker's Adventure, up there at Bogus Basin. We'll find El Stacker at the Pond Skim. If he visits Mount Hood,
that needs to go down.
I think he really wants to go to Mount Hood. I'm not sure what his plans are exactly, but his friend Jeremy works at Meadows, so, and he's got like a friend up there. I think it's Jeremy that he stays with, and
who's the guy in the DWCP that's up there? Rob Gams.
Rob Gams, yeah, he's up in that area as well. I think he lives in Portland though. He's in Portland, and he does trips up to Mount Hood through the season. I don't know if he hits the summer activities though.
No, who knows?
I need Rob's on the list too.
Yeah. So
I think that's where we're gonna go.
Hey, Robert.
Everyone's dropping in. We've got the.
This is sick.
So, and by the way, Kerry, what are you up to? Give us the lowdown. Yeah. What's been happening in the world of Kerry Pierce?
Has she settled on a destination for her winter trip? Because it's changed twice that I've.
What we need to know where you are going in this. What snow trips you're going. Because you were talking about going to Falls Creek or maybe Perisher or something.
And then New Zealand was mentioned.
And Robert's on the list. So actually, you're on the list too. There's a couple of Roberts. There's 3 Roberts that are on the list.
He's threatening to take us to the Evolve HQ if we get up to the Gold
Coast.
He's
threatening. we were just riding one wheels. Just before the stream, I got Adam on a one wheel. And he did pretty good for a first time. He was starting to look like he had some confidence. So Kerry is a Queenstown girl, surely. And I feel like I know those guys are definitely going to do New Zealand trips for sure. But I know Kerry was she's got it in her mind, she hasn't actually ridden in Australia. And snowboarded in Australia, and she lives in Australia. It's crazy to me that it's easier to go to another country to snowboard for some people, but that is the case. Tundra Tim, cool to put a face to the bad rider's name. And Tundra Tim's out. Nice chatting for a bit. It's nice to see you, Mr. Tundra Tim. Thank you once again for loaning us the Tundra. We appreciate it, and I hope the smell is gone.
And the cheese balls have fallen out.
The cheese balls. We definitely weren't eating cheese balls in the Tundra.
Okay, so Kev's put in a couple of comments. El Stacker has a few friends here from the Buckhouse camp.
Definitely.
Well, he's a pretty universal platform across all the snowboard YouTubers.
I feel like he's welcome in most circles. Yeah.
And what was the highlight from you guys' weekend? Well,
what was the highlight?
So I think our marathon podcast session yesterday was actually I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
And today, go-karting.
Yeah,
we went go-karting.
Vroom, vroom, vroom.
And Chuck got humbled a little bit.
Humbled, yeah. I was.
He came in with no expectations.
No expectation. I knew that I wasn't going to be fast because it's funny. People go, oh, but you're a driving instructor. Yeah. But I teach people how to drive.
He
slowly.
I was going to say,
and safely, and to the road rules.
Not fast.
Yeah, not fast. It's literally the opposite of what I teach people. So, racing line and stuff is not is not my thing.
I
But
can't.
I was only like, I suppose in racing terms, when like this guy was doing like, what was your best lap? 1:05? 1:03. So my best lap was like 1:06. But I was getting faster each time. I'm just a little bit more like, it's just like with my snowboarding. I'm a little bit more like conservative.
I want to do a go-karting session with Kevin.
It's all about fun. I reckon Kevin would Kevin even fit in one of those carts?
Kevin would.
His knees would be up like around his.
He'd have no issue spotting the corners.
Yeah, absolutely. But no, it was so much mad fun. We did like three 13-minute sessions or something. Like it took us a couple of hours to get through it. Yeah. My arms are really sore just from like. It was so much fun. But no, we recorded a podcast for the DWCP channel. So that's in my DaVinci Resolve editor right now, and I'm going to put that together, and you guys will probably see it in a week or two.
No rush.
But it's just me and Adam getting to. We already know each other, but
there's a few things that are mentioned that you did not know.
A few things. So we talk about snowboard gear and some of our opinions on certain things. We talk about action cameras. We talk about like how Adam got into snowboarding, and how we didn't talk about the music production though. We didn't get there, but that's our part 2. Yeah, and there was a lot. We realized that I think we sat down and we've got like 2 hours worth of footage. Which is a crazy amount, and I did like a 3-camera shoot, and it's I can't wait to share it, and I hope some people watch it and listen to it. But anyway, that's what we did, and we had a lot of fun. We went out for dinner last night, and breakfast this morning. We toured Adam all around Newcastle, and we showed him the sights of the town.
I've seen Newcastle.
Definitely. So it was really fun. But
actually, we need to go down because Robert just asked a very important question.
What did he say?
Do you drive a go-kart holding the wheel at 10 and 2, Chuck?
I actually do. Yeah. Yeah, that is what I was doing. It's an easy answer to that one. Kerry says that she's got no secure plans right now. Most likely Falls, because
yes,
she'll be alone.
Falls Creek, Kev, you got to come too.
And her son couldn't come, otherwise she'll be missing it altogether until Japan. What are you talking about? That's like 10 months away. No, it's not. Maybe not 10 months.
No, I'll come ride with you, Kerry.
Because Kerry can't go. Like she always goes in, I think, like late December, early January, because of like school holidays or something. So I swear, for a long time I thought Kerry did a certain job, and then
you got humbled by that.
I was totally wrong about what I thought that she did for a job, and I've forgotten again.
It's sorry, conveyancing. Kerry.
Is it?
Yeah.
Conveyancing. I thought it was in education.
No.
Yeah. Because I thought that the school holidays were an issue with her for the trips. Maybe it is because of her kids. I'm not sure, but no. If you do hit Falls Creek, let us know when the dates are. And I know Kevin really sort of. I know we're very heavily.
I've got a budget
suggesting that he comes to Australia, but I know
he can do it on a budget, which was one of the stipulations.
Yeah,
put in place.
The purse strings are an issue, I know, and he definitely wants to go to New Zealand, and New Zealand and Australia is a big issue, or not issue, but it's a big thing, commitment. So we really want you to come. We hope you can.
Well, transport's organised, Kev. I'll cover accommodation. You've already got a lift pass. All you got to pay for is literally food. That's it.
And we, depending on where you fly in, like, and the dates and stuff.
Falls 23, heading to bed, guys. First day at Hood tomorrow. Talk soon. Holy crap, he's already at Hood.
Peace.
See you, Kev.
Peace, Kevin. So that's really sweet. Yeah, no, they're starting up. He's there now. So cheers for coming on, Kev. We appreciate it. Yeah. We'll see you at Falls.
Looking forward to the next member stream. I've already got topics lined up.
Of course you do. Of course you do. Kerry Pierce says go-karting is exhausting. It is. We were smoked after 3 sessions in
I'm
a row.
still feeling it.
Yeah. It's like my wrists were so sore, and they still are, sort of are.
See, that's why I like my gloves, because my
Mm.
gloves have like the wrist straps, so that kind of locks it in.
Just going up through the comments for a moment and make sure that we didn't miss any. Robert Fowler says it's really hard to snowboard in Australia when we live in Queensland. Yep, I covered that. And we talked about it the other day, and we get it. Because it's easier to fly to Queensland than what it is to drive from Sydney, to go from Queensland to Queenstown.
It is easier to drive from Queensland to Queensland
than it is to Queensland's a big state. That depends on where in Queensland you're going, but then to fly to Sydney and then drive down to the snow and then back, and then the logistics, and I suppose you could like fly to Canberra, but yeah, no, I get that it's easier for you guys.
Oh yeah, and Dusty, we're in Newcastle at the moment in New South Wales, because I know at the start of the chat you asked how far north we were. But I'm actually originally from North Queensland, so in Townsville. Kerry's from Cairns.
That's about as north. It's not as north as you can get. It's pretty far north.
But I have spent time in Darwin.
Darwin's north, but that's also central.
That is
it's not on the east.
Crazy good fishing up there, Chuck.
East Coast boys. I can take or leave fish. I enjoy fishing when I
like getting out on a boat
when I'm doing it.
Fishing, but...
Yeah, I don't. It's not the fishing. It's the hanging out with the lads. You know, and like having a few tins in the esky. That's the thing that I enjoy about fishing.
So here's a question.
I do enjoy the eating of the fish for sure.
How many people have snowboarded in both Australia and NZ? I feel like it's one or the other. We kind of spoke about this on our podcast.
How many people have both?
Well, I know I did, because you kind of asked me how my start with snowboarding, and that kind of ties into that a little bit.
It does, actually, yeah.
Yeah, so I have actually been in both New Zealand and Australia.
Yeah, not me. So I've only, between the two countries, I've only snowboarded in Australia.
Yeah, but you've been to Japan.
Yeah.
And America.
But it was the question.
No.
That wasn't the question.
No. We're talking about Southern Hemisphere.
But yes, I've snowboarded in other places other than Australia. I haven't done Europe. I want to do Europe. I want to do South America, and I do want to do New Zealand, but I don't know when those are going to happen.
Wow. Okay. So does that mean, Kerry, that your daughter now has an Epic Pass?
6 A's on a report. Yeah.
That's a good incentive. Monetizing good grades, just like real life.
I don't know if Kerry is ever going to be trusting a Epic Pass again. She got burnt the COVID year.
Oh, yeah, 2020.
So
I think we all got burnt in 2020.
Yeah, I got to use my pass.
I got a partial refund.
Like I think I broke even like the number of days I got in. So we were able to still make like a trip. I think we were there for like 2 weeks or something. I think I got 10 days on my pass that year. So 9 days. Because
2021 only got half a day.
Newcastle was, I would have got 4 more days, but Newcastle got locked down before we went on the last trip. So Dusty Allen asks, Falls Creek, your home mountain, want to make a trip back to Australia one day? Only experience the NT. So it's not.
You gotta come south, man.
Yeah, it's not known. Australia's not known as a snow destination. But we do have some nice resorts. Falls Creek is not actually neither of our home mountains, but both of us really do enjoy Falls Creek. My home mountain is Perisher. But when I say home mountain, it's an 8-hour drive from where I live. I don't live anywhere near the mountains.
Gary, hit me up if you do come to Falls Creek. So you're not paying $220 for a lift ticket.
Yeah, and every time we go, it's a trip. This guy lives in Melbourne, so that's. I
kind of circulate between the three. So
it's like 5 hours for him to four to the resort.
Hours. But yeah, I kind of circulate between Bulla, Hotham, and Falls. Like last season, I did all 3. No, I only did the 2 Falls and Bulla. The year before, I did Hotham. But yeah, I kind of jump between the 3.
Yeah, no, this is Robert's actually like sliced to the crux of the
So
question.
I don't really factor into this at all. Okay.
But no, it is. Well, from Melbourne, you can like do both easily, I think. But the question is, he's just saying that like I can never justify going to New Zealand, and he can never justify going to Australia. So we're never gonna meet on. Someone has to make a compromise, and eventually,
I can justify both in that sense, but in saying that, it's more convenient to just get in my car and drive to a mountain than it is to get onto a plane.
So eventually, like someone's gonna for us.
Someone was going to have to cave.
For someone to meet, not cave, but someone's going to have to make a compromise. And I think eventually it's going to be me because I do want to go to New Zealand. I really do. But
I think the compromise will be when they actually put one of the mountains onto like the Epic Pass, like a drone or something.
The timing needs to be right. Well, I mean, I do have an Icon Pass.
Yeah.
So
does that get you days in New Zealand?
Yes, it does.
Whereabouts?
I think I get 7 days at Mount Hutt, and I think 7 days between the Remarkables and Coronet Peak. I think.
Okay. I didn't know that. I didn't think any of the New Zealand resorts were in.
No, some of them are with the full Icon Pass.
Okay, so while you're checking that, I'm going to read some comments because we're getting behind. Here we go. So I'm $900 in the hole, and they didn't even reply to me when I asked to get a refund. So that's epic, I'm guessing. And Kerry's gone, yeah, no more Epic Passes for me. I did use it in Japan for 5 days. Yeah, like I said, hit me up if you come down here to Kerry. I'll send you some buddy passes so you can at least get some discounted lift tickets because stuff paying the full price. It's so bad. And
me and Swanee intentionally smoked ourselves. We've got both.
And then we've got Luke Hayes with other boys going to try and see Kevin in New Zealand if he doesn't come to Australia. I think we're working on the bullying tactic of getting Kevin to come to Falls Creek.
Yeah. So we're trying to heavily plant that seed for sure. Threadbow, Australia. There we go. Yeah.
Coronet Peak, Remarkables, and Mount Hutt.
And Mount Hutt. So that's
and you got access to another ski hill in Japan too.
Yeah. So that's the one I can get 7 days, and I think this is.
And there's one in Alaska now.
So I think it's like 7 days total. Yeah. So I need to. It's not like I get 7 days at Coronet and the Remarkables. It's like between them.
You're welcome, Kerry. That's what we do. We help each other out.
Yeah. But like it's advantageous to us because like we always want to ride together, and like this is a community of people that we've kind of like a bunch of you guys I've never met, but like in person
it's gonna happen.
But like I feel like we're already all friends, and I want to meet all of my friends. If that sounds, I know you know what I mean. Like that sounds like a bit wanky, but that's I really do like to be
a bit wanky. Oh yeah, Luke, I got to meet the Max the boot fitter at ESS yesterday. That was also another highlight of the trip, actually.
It was, yeah. We went. I took Adam to ESS, and like one of the boot fitters, Max, just sat down with him, and Adam described his problem. Didn't even have the boots with him, and explained like what they did, like at another snowboarding store.
Shall remain nameless.
down south, and within 10 minutes, figured out what his problem was and how to fix it. So,
and they have the boots there.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna have to try and buy them. I think.
So I think that works out well for me because it means that to get the boots nicely fitted, if he wants to get like custom inserts and stuff,
I've got to come to
then
Jindabyne.
He's got to come to Jindabyne, which means that we get to ride Perisher together if that happens. So that'll be cool. Yeah, I mean, Robert Fowler, about the judgment thing, I feel like both Australia and I've never been New Zealand, so I can't make the judgment on that. But
I think, given the way that you ride, I think you'd love New Zealand. Except there's not much trees and stuff per se.
That's the only thing.
Cardrona is actually a pretty small resort in comparison to Perisher.
I feel like on days where there's low visibility, New Zealand would not be fun because of the visibility.
Yeah, you don't have a lot of landmarks to sort of guide you. Like, if you find yourself in trees and the visibility.
Because I know, like at Perisher, if there's a whiteout day and it's hard to see that, like if everything's white, you just can't. Even with high contrast goggles, I'm still like running into things, and even though I know the runs and I know the terrain, like I'm like, oh, I still get bucked sometimes because I didn't see like a bump or a valley or trough or something, right? And
a bullet trip.
so I know at Perisher on those days, there's certain spots where I go where there's trees because that provides contrast and you can see. But but I feel like I agree with you. I think I'd really enjoy New Zealand. But we just need to find the other thing is that it is going to cost money for me to go there, and I'm saving for
Luke's on the bandwagon.
I'm saving to go further overseas next summer, or our summer, and if I go to New Zealand, then it's less likely I'll be able to maybe go to Japan or go to the US again, or go to Canada or go to Europe. So I know which I'd rather do, but do more. Okay. It comes down to that, honestly.
So Luke's gone. ESS is the best board store for boots.
Yep.
Agreed. I agree now. I was very humbled, and within three topics of the conversation, the guy had just pointed out exactly what happened in my first boot fit, and I went, yeah, that's what happened. Oh God.
So Luke, are the boys trying to hit New Zealand if Kevin doesn't come to Australia? Maybe, depends when.
Yeah.
It depends when, and depends on my bank balance at the time.
And then Kerry's going skiing.
And who else is going?
Yeah, I might be in for a New Zealand trip if I can get the time off. Spin the time off work.
I've got a new buddy that lives in New Zealand now, so he might be around. Be good to catch up with him.
Ski Express is really great. Early birds for up to 6 days at Cardrona without having to take into consideration. Have you really been scarred by your previous experience in Japan, Kerry? I feel like we should talk about that. Because you know how she was saying in the member chat that they were blocking people from going up to Cardrona and stuff because it was too busy.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I feel like there's a consumer affairs issue there that needs to be addressed, and maybe it's something she could bring to the community. Maybe
that's interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never been, so I don't know. But if I go to New Zealand, even I don't think Cardrona is on any pass.
No.
I think there's a pass between Cardrona and is it?
But is it
Tremblant?
Treble
cone?
Yeah.
Treble cone.
That's very Canadian.
It is. Yeah. That must be in Canada. In Canada.
Where they have canoes.
The canoes. That's so funny. Oh my god.
Kevin's got some classic one-liners.
He doesn't mind being taking the piss out of himself, which is he's got a really good sense of humor. That's one thing I've noticed, having spent a bit more time with him. And he's really sly, with his humor.
And yes, looks like I am coming to
Jindabyne. He has to.
So
he has to.
Yeah. Chuck has won the battle there.
Well, I feel. Well, should it have been a battle?
Yes, it should.
I feel like it's something that you really.
I have many misconceptions about Perisher, so we'll see.
I feel like there's parts of Perisher you're gonna not like, and there's gonna be parts that you do. It's just same with me. I think it's the same with everything.
Yeah.
So, but no, I feel like you're not gonna hate. You're not gonna enjoy that. There are flat sections and there is some skating to be done, and there are T-bars.
Okay, first of all, my name's not Elf Stacker. I'm not allergic to 1 foot riding. And secondly,
there's a fair bit of 1 foot riding that needs to be done at Bulla as well.
Well, yeah.
Honestly.
Bulla and Falls.
Yeah. Falls.
You get up the top of Haley's Comet to get over to the good side. You got to do a bit of 1 foot riding.
One flat section. There's not too much there, but if you know how to get around and you don't mind a T-bar.
That run off Falls Creek
Perisher.
From
a lot of people say
Rowan Castle to from that little
yeah, that's a bit of a flat.
That can get flat, but that can be a lot of fun too.
It can be, yeah, if you zoom it down there. But I mean, and there's like if you a lot of people have issues with Perisher because they say that it's too busy and the runs are quite short.
That is one of my misconceptions.
I actually like that. Well, it's not a misconception.
It's a fact.
It does,
misconception true.
It does get busy, and the runs are kind of short if you're used to long runs. But I think that the runs on average at Bullard like are maybe longer, but there's a lot more of them. And if you go, you can get quicker laps in because there's T-bars and stuff. So there's way more lifts to choose and areas to choose from. There's way more variety at Perisher. So there's pros and cons.
Okay, so we've got Kerry Pierce saying that the sale ends tonight, actually. And Robert Fowler says, his missus says that NZ is better than Thredbo. Well, yeah. Has she been anywhere else in Australia?
Ask Luke Hayes what his thoughts are on Thredbo.
Shred bro.
No, Luke put in one of the members' live streams on SPC.
Oh yeah.
Luke put it very bluntly.
Luke threw it out there for
he wasn't wrong though. And like
no.
I actually I learned to snowboard at Thredbo, and I used to go there with the guy, my friends all the time, and you know and I really love Thredbo, and I've experienced.
Have you gone through the 5 stages of grief with Thredbo?
I don't know. Maybe. What are they?
Depression.
No.
Bargaining.
Bargaining, yes. But so depression, yes, because I developed very slowly in my snowboarding. Bargaining, their prices have gone through. It's a really expensive resort to go to.
I can't remember the rest.
So we tried to bargain with them, but there was no bargaining.
Anger. Have you ever been angry at Thredbo?
Luke Hayes definitely has been. when we go on a rainy day and have to pay $200 for a day ticket.
Okay, and then so that thing we said before about them blocking people from going up, Kerry, that's starting this year. Oh, that's going to make things very interesting.
What are they? Are they just like capping the numbers that can go up?
I'm guessing so. It sounds like a COVID thing, like where they would cap. You know how they used to cap how many people could go into certain areas.
Because they don't ever do that at Perisher.
No, it's go until we're full. Yeah.
Go past that we're full. The only reason they stop people from going to Perisher is that there's literally no more legal parks in the national park. It's the only reason they ever stop the number of people. But it shouldn't be so bad this year. So I feel like the crowds are going to be less. Thredbo has its pros and cons. It has some of the longest runs in Australia. But overall, for me, there's sections of Thredbo that I love. But the problem with Thredbo is that I feel like in general most of the runs are too steep. So it's really hard on your legs because you're on the brakes all the time. And the
Burke Street on a busy day.
There's not a heap of variety at Thredbo. Like there's one area that I love to go to, but it's also like the busiest area. And like there's I don't know, 4 or 5 main lifts, and most of them go to the same place, access the same terrain. So that was Luke said it in a much less eloquent way.
Luke was very blunt with his response, and I kind of respect him for that.
But like there's one segment like on a powder day though, like if it's like a deep day and you're up there for first chair, there's an area at Thredbo, this side country, this bowl that's just off to the side. You got to go up like a 9-minute chairlift and 2 T-bars and a big, massive traverse to get there. But I think it's the best snowboarding in Australia on a deep day, and that's at Thredbo.
That's an interesting take with Robert Fowler.
What do you say?
So Kerry's going, capping. So that's going to be an interesting thing to do with their business model and see how that affects ticket prices because they're not on any of the major season passes.
Way too busy. Like everyone goes to Cadrone. Like I think the terrain. It seems like the terrain park is the attracting feature there.
That's the big one. But
what are the general runs like though?
Well, I haven't ridden Cardrona. I've ridden Remarkables and Coronet Peak,
Mm.
and yeah, I know that the runs are okay, but everyone goes there to like it's probably like just one of the more popular mountains, which is probably why they're trying to cap it.
I feel like
It feels like locals have complained
like
with that.
I don't know the area, like I've never been there, but I feel like I've seen video and pictures from Coronet Peak, and the night riding there looks really good. Like it looks like it's a really well lit, really large area, and that's what I love. That's what I don't like about. I love riding at night, and in Australia the night riding is terrible. Like it hardly exists, and when it does, it's only 1 or 2 nights
Even
a week.
Falls Creek, what's arguably probably the best night riding in Australia for Falls Creek Wombats Rainbow, that has got some seriously patchy lighting in certain areas. There.
Yeah, they do need. They need to install more lights. There's a couple of sections there where like they freshly groom the run like before they open it for night riding, but like there's certain sections you cannot see the snow. You're just hoping that you don't hit a bump.
You're on the gas right through certain sections, and then bang, pitch black, and you're like, oh, and please be no one in front of me.
And it's a fun run, that one, to just to just nuke straight down. Like if you just want to point it and just there's nice banked turns, and it's really fun to just nuke it down, but like there's no variety.
No.
So like you can't really dip off the run, or like you come from a place, you go to Bogus Basin, and you can do runs through the trees. Like you've got so much variety that you can hit at night. It's ridiculous.
They've got some seriously good lighting.
And they're open. They're open every night peak season until 10 p.m. every night.
Okay, so Luke Hayes, which is what I was laughing before. You guys make me feel really bad for Threadbow now.
Not really. But we agree with you, mate. Like, I mean, Adam's never even been there, and I still am encouraging Adam to go to Threadbow. You've got to experience it.
It's on the list.
So,
it has to be.
And there's something about going up to that highest lifted point in Australia and ringing the bell they've got up there, you know?
Actually, that's what you did on last day of Elstakker's trip.
Last snow day, he was here. That was what we did, and we made a video of it, and you can see the whole thing on his and my channel. There's two segments, us going up and then going down, and it was a really good day. You can see Threadbow.
So following up for the next questions with Robert and Kerry.
Because we need to wrap this up.
Yeah. I have to say, one thing I remember from Queenstown is the food. The food available in Queenstown was pretty good.
I've heard that too. The vibe, like what's going on in the town, like at Queenstown, I want to experience that.
I agree with Luke as well.
Yeah. So you've never even been there.
No.
So yeah, and Luke says that I think Australian snowfields need to learn from Bogus Basin about how to light a snowfield up.
Yeah.
And some of the lights at Bogus are quite old, and they're that weird yellow.
Yeah.
And it's not good for filming, honestly. But actually, they've got on the backside of they've got another chairlift. Like there's on the backside of the mountain that you can go to and ride at night too. Like there's a variety, and you can go around. There's like the amount of terrain you have. It's mind blowing. Like you to at night, it's crazy. Like I can't even explain it.
I disagree with Kerry on that one. The food is not awesome everywhere.
I mean, I'm sure there
are some terrible dishes out there.
I'm really not fussy though.
I can be. If I get something that I'm not happy with, it ruins my day.
So, final thoughts before we.
Yeah, keep your eyes peeled for our podcast. That's coming out, and
I'm looking forward to seeing how it comes out.
Yeah, so am I actually.
What it turns into.
But yeah, it's been a pleasure being here, and thank you for having me, Chuck.
Oh, my pleasure. Anytime. Come on. I want to see you more in the season. See you at Jindabyne.
Yeah, we got to work out Jindabyne. I've got to figure out how I'm going to get those boots from ESS.
So thank you everyone for watching so much. Dusty, thanks for sticking around for basically all of this chat.
Yeah.
Even though it's so super late for you. The Queensland guys, Robert and Kerry, thank you for joining. Luke Hayes,
the legend Kangaroo Luke,
the Kangaroo Luke himself. Hopefully, I'll see you in like a month when we're coming up to like the season's about to start. Swanee and I are talking about hitting Selwyn actually for the first day, but we'll be in touch and let you know what's going on there. And if you're happen to be watching this back and you're all the way to this part of the podcast, oh my God, we love you so much. We love everyone that's here too, but no, thanks Kevin, Snowboard Pro Camp, the Tundra Tim was here. Shout out Tundra Tim. We love the Tundra Tim. Commiserations to El Stacker Adventures for missing the pond skim at Bogus. That sucks. And who else did we have here? I think we had Adventurer Carlo jumped in at the first, but I've got to get this guy to the airport. Thank you for joining us. Be excellent to each other. We'll see you in another live stream or video.
Bye, guys.
Oh, there's some chairlift chats on the channel now from the trip. Go watch those, please. Leave a like on your way out. We love you. And awkwardly, I now have to find the button that closes the stream. Okay. Ciao.